We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Chicago Bears and the Denver Broncos. Shadows starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, he's going to... got his man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 39 yards there, a big one.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ballgame.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there.
The pass.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch it in the secondary.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
3rd down.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. And he will have the Bears' 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Gain of 12. And the Bears' 1st down.
Penny, the 1st down carry. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
2nd and 11 now. He'll look to throw. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
3rd down.
Here's Travis Homer, the former Miami Hurricane.
Travis.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he's taken down inside the 30. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
At the 28-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll set up a throw. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
Robinson.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pre-game. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And now look at him go. Past the 20. Bring it! And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
No good. Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded in the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Get me! Let's go! Let's go!
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position. And a hit, and the ball is jarred free.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. 2nd and 13. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely, frees up your guys elsewhere. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That certainly looks like nothing to show now from these first 2 possessions. And guess what? When you're on a losing streak, that can lead to a full sense of, here we go again. So on the sidelines, the offensive play callers, quarterback, they've got to get together and dial something up to start their next drive. Otherwise, it could be a long game.
Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And this offense is going to be set up with a 1st and 10 inside the 15. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Now a handoff looking right. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of
and that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. From 8 yards out, and the Broncos will extend their lead. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you get the defensive touchdown early to give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, we've had that conversation with them prior to the game, they always say, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does.
For Denver.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first two drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into first downs and hopefully points.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
For Auden Tate. It leads to 2nd and 10.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Going on the ground with Homer. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
This defense is really floating around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. With a big catch. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. The screen pass here to Cohen. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
And that's knocked away and incomplete. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 11-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. A CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react. That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 26. That one goes for 24 yards.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give.
Another carry.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now a handoff here to his running back. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
They may have the edge on the scoreboard, but that hasn't made them passive, has it? I mean, they dialed up a pretty good run blitz there. And Brandon, you know that all blitzes aren't just designed to get to the quarterback and the passer. Sometimes you're just trying to take away every gap, every hole that might be created in the running game, and they did it to perfection and caused a fumble there.
Took away the gaps, took away the holes, took away the football. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
19 yards.
They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
At the Broncos' 37-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Komet. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Now Rashad Penny. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
A 51-yard attempt.
And that is no good. Hit it well from distance, but he couldn't work it back in. And this score will stay right where it is.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That's a gain of 13 as they try to whittle away at this 13-point deficit. They'll look to throw here on first down. This will be caught inside the 10. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They'll get 13 yards for the second play in a row. A first trip to the red zone for the Bears. This is first and goal from about the 8. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on second and goal. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. This will be caught at about the 6. Touchdown. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Rashad Penny, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bears have cut it to within a score.
Makes the score.
CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside.
Fair catch.
Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. That time he was looking for Jerry Jeudy, and that takes us from second to third down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Here comes Cohen. A great return there of 22 yards. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, first and 10. The Bears in good field position to start out first and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that will be incomplete. Try to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but he did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
6 yards on the play. Brings up 4th down.
So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. We have not seen much on offense from either side these last few drives. It has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week on our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try to create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now.
Down, Chicago.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Von Miller, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
3rd down.
They'll try and run forward with Penny. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
4th down.
So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45, and he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish, but you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing, they're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Donovan Peoples-Jones, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos turn that interception into a touchdown. They'll look to throw. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. 21. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled it to 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Von Miller in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off near the 34. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. So that is 2 pick sixes he's thrown in this football game. Now, you take those away, Charles, it's a completely different situation.
It totally is, but guess what? They have to deal with what they have now, okay? So they can't just mentally go, well, if we hadn't thrown those pick sixes, we'd be okay. Here's where you are. Here's where you're going to battle. But guess what? They're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Well, we'll see if they can do it here. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball down.
Oh, Cohen lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. Look at the big man rumble. The 20, 10, and this is going to be brought back for a Denver touchdown. Touchdown. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score, and a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower post-game.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant. You've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. On play action, they'll throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Being chased out left. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Benardrick McKinney able to get him down behind the line of scrimmage, and it will be 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. And he'll give it here to his running back. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
Number 28.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. Out of the gun now on third down. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Jerry Jeudy, his third touchdown now on the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening, but they found the opening and exploited it.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Welcome back now to Denver, where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter.
Brandon McManus to kick off.
Now McManus on to kick this one off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now they'll run it with Cohen. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The Bears on third down. They've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Yeah, that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty is a result of that hit there.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. Not much there, only a yard.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big gain.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Now this throw caught left side. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
It's a gain of 20. First down, Bears.
Back to throw again. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. 15 yards on the play, first down.
A gain of 15. First down, Chicago.
Out of the gun, running with Cohen. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Penny. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. 3rd and 15 coming up after that loss of 2.
And it's 3rd down.
A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 37. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And now nothing but green ahead of him. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
The running back,
Eddie Jackson with a tackle.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Going to give this time to the tailback. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Got a man, it's Judy complete. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And defensively trying to beat the 2-minute warning with a timeout, and they do. Calling it with 2:04 left. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Now McManus to tack on the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
the score, Broncos 49.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
The return. The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something? Blitz coming, and down he goes. Von Miller, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And this ball is going to be touched out just shy of midfield. Penalty stings big time there, wipes away a very good return.
And they work out it so hard because the goal is give yourself some space for your offense to really work. Try and gain an additional first down outside the 20 or 25-yard line. Instead, this one's going to come back.
The win for the Broncos, seemingly assured. They go down to a knee. Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. Now they try the right side here. And some room to roam now. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
The win for the Broncos, seemingly assured. They go down to a knee. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. So this offense, which was humming all game, ends on a negative play. We didn't see many of those as he takes the knee, but what an explosion and a good win.
Can we call it a negative positive play?
There you go.
An oxymoron to end the ball game.
And they can watch the clock go down and celebrate the victory. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Broncos, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they'll get another home date next week as the Raiders will come to town. Meanwhile, for Chicago, the difficult season continues as they drop to 1-8. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.